Back in 2020, Audi confirmed that they would be building an LMDh prototype, and it would be set to race in the Hypercar and GTP categories of the WEC and IMSA. But as we know today, we never got to see the Audi Hypercar participate in events such as Le Mans or Daytona, for example. And an even more interesting part about this project is that Audi was actually weeks away from testing the LMDh prototype out on track before the program was paused. So in this video, I'll go into detail about the fascinating story of the failed Audi LMDh project that we never got to see. The German manufacturer Audi is one of the greatest brands to ever set foot in endurance racing, and a very significant reason why is because of their success in it. These achievements include winning the Sebring 12-hour overall 11 times, Petit Le Mans 9 times, the Bathurst 12-hour 3 times, and the Nürburgring 24-hour 6 times. But one of Audi's biggest achievements in endurance racing was winning the 24 Hours of Le Mans overall a total of 13 times, becoming the most successful manufacturer at the event in the 21st century so far. The fact is, Audi has become an integral part of the history books of endurance racing, and so back then, to see them join these LMDh regulations was huge news. During the month of November in 2020, the German auto manufacturer Audi confirmed that they would be building an LMDh prototype to compete in endurance racing from 2023 onward. Along with Audi was Porsche, who also confirmed that they would be building an LMDh prototype in the same month. What this meant was that Audi would not only make the return to prototype endurance racing for the first time since 2016, but they would also make their debut at the Rolex 24 in the top class, and they would participate at the 100-year anniversary of the 24 Hours of Le Mans. From this point forward, Audi, along with the sister brand Porsche, continued to progress the project towards a 2023 debut in prototype endurance racing. In January of 2021, Audi, along with Porsche, confirmed that they would be using the Multimatic chassis on their LMDh prototypes. And quick reminder here, all manufacturers building LMDh prototypes must use supplied chassis, the options being Multimatic, Oreca, Ligier, and Dallara. In this case, Audi and Porsche would both be using next generation LMP2 chassis from Canadian team Multimatic. Audi would also confirm that powering the LMDh prototype would be a twin turbocharged V8 engine. Porsche would also confirm the same engine in their LMDh prototype, which would later be named as the 963. Now you might be wondering, why am I talking about Porsche in an Audi related video? Well, I think Porsche actually has a part to play in this story. I'll get into that a little bit later on, but you may have noticed that so far these announcements I've showed you depict Audi and Porsche doing similar things with their programs. Well, we have to remember that Audi and Porsche are both a part of the VW group, and the Volkswagen group does not only contain Audi and Porsche, but other brands as well, such as Bentley and Lamborghini through Audi. So even though these brands are totally different manufacturers, they are still somewhat connected. As time progressed, Audi would confirm that the LMDh cars would be run by Team WRT. This Belgian organization was the same team that was running in the LMP2 class at the time in the World Endurance Championship. Audi would also confirm 2 drivers to pilot their LMDh prototypes either in the WEC Hypercar category or in the IMSA GTP category. These first 2 racers would be German drivers Nico Müller and René Rast. Both drivers were highly skilled and perfect racers to put in the Audi prototypes at events such as the 24 Hours of Le Mans. However, while the highly anticipated prototype racing return for Audi was scheduled in 2023, the year prior to their debut in 2022, the German marque actually paused the program. Initially, this meant that a planned 2023 debut was likely off the table for Audi's LMDh. But the main reason why Audi paused this project was because they were evaluating another one, which I will get into in just a moment. But unfortunately, after this program was paused, for the majority of 2022, Audi went silent when it came to LMDh, and this was the year that the German marque was going to reveal that LMDh car for the upcoming 2023 season. And while Audi was quiet on their hypercar, sister brand Porsche, who had revealed their program at the same time, was excelling in their progression of their car, as they revealed the 963 in June. Things weren't looking good for this Audi program, and so eventually, on August 26th of 2022, to the disappointment of many, Audi announced the official cancellation of their LMDh project. Now, what's super interesting to me is that sometime after this announcement came out, it was revealed that Audi was just a few weeks away from testing their LMDh prototype on track before the program was paused. And what this news confirmed was that Audi didn't just assemble a few parts for their LMDh car, they actually had a car built, and they were super close to bringing that car out on track for some testing before that program was paused. Oh, and by the way, after this project was unfortunately canceled, Team WRT, the same organization that was scheduled to run the Audi LMDh cars, actually switched over to run BMW's M Hybrid V8s in the Hypercar class from the 2024 season and beyond. And one of the drivers that was initially selected to pilot the Audi LMDh, Rene Rast, has actually followed Team WRT and will drive a BMW M Hybrid V8 in 2024 and beyond. So I've told you about the Audi LMDh program and that it was cancelled, but let me tell you about why it was axed. Well, remember when I talked about that program that Audi was interested in? Well, that program was Formula One, and that was the main reason for Audi to drop the LMDh project. So Audi and the VW Group were heavily interested in the new 2026 regulations for Formula One. These regulations will still feature the V6 engine that is used in F1 cars today, but will also see increased electrical power, and the cars will also be using 100% sustainable fuels. And so these factors were some of the reasons why Audi and the VW Group wanted to join Formula One. And so during the Belgian Grand Prix in August of 2022, the same time period when Audi confirmed that the LMDh program would end, the German auto manufacturer confirmed that they would be joining the F1 Championship in 2026. Audi would take a minority stake in Sauber, as the Swiss team would then become the Works Audi team in 2026, with the Formula One cars using Audi engines from then on. Audi's move into F1 was good for the small Sauber F1 team, as this would give them a very good opportunity at taking success in the sport. However, this did mean that Sauber's deal with Alfa Romeo as the official title sponsor would end after the 2023 season. Having Audi in Formula One could be more beneficial for the VW Group than having them participate at Le Mans and other events in the WEC and IMSA. Because here's the thing, the Volkswagen Group already has two manufacturers involved in this golden age. Porsche, through the 963, they are competing in the WEC and IMSA, and starting from 2024, Lamborghini is joining with the SC63, participating in both the WEC and IMSA. And then of course there's Audi, competing in the biggest single-seater racing series out there, Formula One. So instead of having all three in endurance racing, why not split them up to have the VW Group represented in endurance racing and in Formula One? I think this is a smart move by the VW Group, and I can understand why Audi has chosen Formula One over the LMDh regulations. But that still doesn't take away the fact that it's disappointing to not see Audi involved in this new golden era of endurance racing. To me, Audi was truly one of the greatest manufacturers to ever race in prototype endurance racing. And the cars they raced with became iconic. There was the legendary R8 LMP1 car, which took overall victory at Le Mans 5 separate times. Then the technologically advanced diesel-powered R10 TDI, which was also a magnificent car as well. I could go on and on about Audi's prototypes in endurance racing. But the fact still remains, it's sad to not see Audi involved in these regulations and be a part of fighting for overall victories once again at Le Mans and other events. It's a what if story, because if Audi didn't cancel their LMDh project, maybe that car would go on to set records and get thrown into the history books. But I guess we'll never know. Thanks for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, I highly suggest you do so, considering I make endurance racing content mainly on WEC and IMSA every single week. And if you want to see another video, check out the options on the screen. So for now, that's it from me. I'll see you all in the next video.